Hi Taurus, what's up? This is Naveen Ferguson. Welcome to the channel. Okay, so I hope you're doing well. We are doing a reading for you, Taurus, for the 15th of March to the 25th of March, 2023. Okay, so Taurus, just letting you know that, oh yeah, we're going to be doing a Celtic cross with a few different tweaks of my own design, per se, as I cooperate with the universe. Taurus, please remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and feel free to further support the channel by becoming a Patreon member at patreon.com/Naveen Ferguson. The link is in the description box below. And also, Taurus, just letting you know that becoming a Patreon member is literally the best way to support the growth and development of the channel. As where I currently reside, YouTube is not monetized. So the best way you can actually support the channel is by becoming a Patreon member. Taurus, remember that I am offering personal readings at this time, and the information for that is also in the description box below. Okay, so Taurus, let's take a look and see what's happening with you. What you need to know now for the 15th to the 25th, basically. Okay. So where are you coming from, Taurus? What is the energies that you're coming through? What are you dealing with, per se? Okay. Queen of Pentacles, Taurus. I'm sensing a lot of you have already started your transition into an upper level, promotional type dynamic in your life, whether that's in business, whether that's advancement in varying levels of connections, friends, an elevated understanding with your family. It could be in a project. It could be in I guess whatever resonates with you. But it's an elevation whereby you are now further assessing your qualities, which you bring to the table. You're further assessing your investments. And I sense some of you are also improving upon your wardrobe, your health, your physicalities of your world. Some of you are probably, what do you call that thing? Renovating. That's coming to mind. You're just elevating yourself in every sense of the word, and you're almost complete with one phase of your growth process, or at least one chapter that you that you kind of dedicated yourself to complete, and you're feeling accomplished. On many respects, you're feeling a bit more secure. You're feeling that you actually have something to use towards the next phases of things. So that's where you're coming out of. That's what you're concluding at the moment. Yeah, some of you, like a good handful of you, have definitely been elevated as well recently by perhaps inheritance that could come through, as well as, honestly, I sense in your own power, in your own energies, in your own efforts, you've elevated to certain levels of luxury, certain levels of status, and you're kind of just getting accustomed to that right now, okay? So Taurus, this is a very good start of what's happening with you. So that's where you're coming from. That's the energy that you're ebbing, like, well, no, it's not like it's gone, but that's the one you're currently semi-flowing to into the rest of the energy for the 15th to the 25th. So let's see what your foundation is. Yeah, look at that. The 10 of Swords. That's what I was been saying. You're elevating. You're done with certain things, and you're not looking back. The foundation is that you've concluded certain levels of stress, certain levels of hardship that you are no longer going to. You have changed the game, as it were, some people would say. You've changed your lifestyle. You've changed the people you've hung around with. You've changed the environment. You've changed your working dynamics. You've changed certain levels of your home dynamic, family, friends, projects. You've just elevated it much more to a higher level, and you're never going to go back to the lower levels that you were at, as it may resonate with you, as it defines with you. I'm sensing also, which is really interesting, I've never necessarily noticed, like, the hilts of the swords. They're almost like eyes staring back, and I'm sensing that a lot of you have been incredibly and utterly critical of yourself, mostly, but also of your entire life. You made drastic changes, drastic, Taurus. And you're for the most part, definitely, even though some changes were harder than others, for the most part, you are like ebulliently happy about it. You're because you became very tired, and you were tired of people taking advantage of you, of your kind heart, a certain respect, and eating at your table and never really contributing, just riding on your coattails, as it were. At the same time, they were lambasting you. They were bringing you down. Even when you weren't around, they weren't speaking fondly of you. They were speaking quite ill of you in certain respects. Um, and you found out, especially some of you Taurus, and some of you may have not necessarily found out, but the actions and acumen of the situation um, gave its own definitive perception of it. And it's like, you know what? And the drudgery is certain things you put yourself through, and certain things that life puts you through. You're done with it, and you're rising above. You're not going back here. Okay, this is a foundation that you're standing on of conviction, of sternness, of shrewdness. Okay, in a good way. This is coming through as strength. Like you're done. You're done with the suffering, Taurus. That is amazing. That is excellent. Congratulations. And let's see what the current type vibe is happening around you right now. What's the present vibe around you right now, as in you, not necessarily everything else, but as in you, basically. What are you further moving into? Yeah, look at that. The King of Pentacles. I mean, this makes perfect sense, because it's like, look at this. If you're coming from the Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, this is also someone who is a bit more hands-on, action-oriented when it comes to the physicalities of their world, of their life, of livelihood. So you may have been a bit more hovering or micromanaging, per se. Not to say it's a bad thing, because sometimes it's a good thing. Micromanaging when it comes to your resources, when it comes to your time, when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your security, when it comes to your health, when it comes to your wardrobe, when it comes to your family, when it comes to your friends, when it comes to your business, when it comes to your employment. You were very meticulous in how you're scheduling yourself and putting certain things together. Okay, that's the energy where you're coming from. You were setting certain things up when it came to your finances and whole physical world, and now you are hovering or going into the energies of the King of Pentacles, whereby you've already established certain systems and everything in place with your finances, your resources, your time, and everything like that. And right now, you are further developing your kingdom of stability, your kingdom of luxury, your kingdom of assurance, your kingdom of, I sense some of you, of travel, and you're going to be more so delegating and reminding individuals of systems that you've already painstakingly put in place. So with the King of Pentacles right now with you, Taurus, it's almost like if some people come to you regarding certain questions or certain things like that, you have already established a structure for yourself. You established a kingdom, a system for yourself, and you're going to refer them to that system. You're going to let them know, this is how I expect to be approached, and this is how I'm approaching matters at this time. You are secure in the new establishment of your way of living, especially in the physical world, in order that you can meet the further expectations you have for yourself or the next goals to come. Okay, that's the energies that you're in, basically at present right now, that's moving you into everything else. Or this is the energy that you're moving into from the Queen of Pentacles. So from the Queen to the King, Taurus. Excellent job. Keep it up. So let's see what is one of the concerning factors that you should probably be concerned with right now to keep in mind as you go through this flow. Look at that. The Four of Cups. So what's coming through here, and I think you already know this, and take this in the nice way, but since it was like this, the sideways with the Four of Cups, what I'm sensing is some of you Taurus, you could have an air of overindulging, okay? An air of complacency when things are in order. As you're having them in order and everything, and they're starting to run smoothly, you might get a bit lackadaisical. You might get little bit careless or too relaxed. okay? And then you like expect certain things to be just done. You know what I mean? Without necessarily looking into certain avenues and making sure sometimes just various visits to make sure certain things are happening in your world, in your system that you have in place, whether that's responsibilities to you or responsibilities that you have placed upon other people, whatever your situation is. But the Four of Cups coming in this way is like someone who is a bit too relaxed, okay? A bit too carefree. Okay, so Spirit is saying one thing you have to be aware of is don't become too relaxed. Okay, not to say not to relax, but don't become careless. Don't become laissez-faire with the process. Always continue to strive for better, and don't think things are just going to be handed to you in certain respects just because you have certain systems in place. The world changes, it evolves, it grows. Okay, and if you're not elevating yourself in various ways here and there every now and again, you will fall behind. And what you expect to happen may not happen. And then you will get these cups of frustration. Okay, Spirit said take a card. Yeah, look at that. The Hermit. Okay, so Hermit is clarifying the sideways of the Four of Cups, Taurus. So right here, it's like it's saying in the reflective nature of when you do relax and stuff like that, be thinking on the deeper dynamics of where you want to go and the deeper dynamics of what life is. It is not still. It is still in search, is what I'm getting from the lantern with the Hermit. You must, reasonably be learning, growing, traveling, becoming more, because if anything, we're boundless. I see the universe in the back, it's like endless. Okay? So yes, you can take those times to relax, but do not drown yourself in relaxation. Okay? I hope that makes sense for you, Taurus. That is really, like any side could get that advice, actually. That's really good advice. But definitely for your reading at this time, yeah, it's very, very astute, because it does seem like you have certain things together, especially with the King of Pentacles. But while you did the work to get to this place where you are, or some of you are going into, yeah, you can take a break if you need to, but don't break for too long. You know what I mean? Even athletes, they take breaks, but if they take a break too long, their body will show how long the break was for. You know what I mean? They won't be as flexible or as fast or something like that. So take reasonable breaks, okay? So, Taurus, let's see what's happening in your conscious mind. Your conscious mind, whereby no one else sees but you. No one else may necessarily be aware of your inner workings of your mind but you. Okay, this is your conscious mind. What are you pondering? What are you laboring over, per se? Okay, see what I said? The Knight of Wands. So what's coming through is a not slow, but a steady pace. Okay. See, you're holding the what do you call it, the Ace of Wands in your hand, and you're trotting along with this expectancy, like you're going through the kingdom, as it were. Things are set up. You're in a relaxed trot. Okay, it's in your mind where finally you can breathe. You can set your watch by the tempo that you've established, whether that's in your company or whether that's yourself. When it comes to your responsibilities within a company you might be working for, and you have a certain schedule for yourself, so that you can just not be too pressured or not be too how would I put this, overwhelmed, you know what I mean, with certain things. So you have like I said, a system. You're in a mindset of just pacing along finally, and it's something that it's comfortable for you. You feel comfortable about this. At the same time, it gives you an opening so that you can be a bit more social in your working world as well, with your family and your friends. You're comfortable with the time frames that you've put together. You're very happy about that, I sense, Taurus. Okay? You're happy about being able to get some leisure time over the weekend for a lot of you as well. You've set up this system to really be stable for you, and that's what's in your mind. And what's coming through is that in this conscious mind of yours, you're not necessarily letting people know that you have this all together. You're letting people think what they want outside because, in certain respects, for some of you, if they knew that you had a system per se together, they might ask more of you, of which you're not necessarily willing to give at this time. You just recently established this system and it's working, and you just don't want to press more right now. You just want to go with the flow of things at the moment, okay, and let things build naturally. So that's what's coming through. And your subconscious, Taurus, what you may not even be aware of, but it may be affecting your judgment in a positive or negative way. We'll see what happens. So let's see what your subconscious is saying. Yeah, look at that. The world. Because clearly you've already started in understanding. Okay, you've developed a system and everything, and you're moving at a steady pace, which is reasonable and fine. The only thing really that you need to be aware of is not to rest too much, not to become too complacent. But the world is coming through in your subconscious, whereby there is a churning inside yourself to then get to the next level of things again. Right now, I sense more so, Taurus, you are semi taking a reprieve. You're still working towards your goals and everything, but it's like you were going really fast right here and slowing down a bit just to bask it in and to make sure the systems are working and just go with the flow for a bit before you rev the engines again. Okay, so your subconscious is churning with an expectancy to go to the next stage of things again. After this new system has withstood a certain level of time frame where you feel comfortable, where it's working, everything is flowing, there's no hiccups as it were, then you're going to take another step forward, and your subconscious cannot wait. Right now, you are on the cusp, or you're already in the zone of like capability. You're ready to go to those next stages again and those next chapters. This whole process here has taught you a lot. It has taught you a lot, and it has elevated you further, especially in your mindset. Okay, so once this, I sense for some of you as well, there was a system that you had to put in place here because you're going to another maybe contract or something like that where you have to travel. Okay, so some of you are definitely traveling sooner than later, but you have to make sure certain things, the groundwork, certain things are working where you're at now. So the subconscious is in expectancy. So your mind itself, you may not be aware of this, is taking in all of the dynamics you've gone through, all the decision makings that you've gone through. And when the time comes, it's going to formulate in a very strong epiphany towards you to help you in the next phases of things. So that's actually very, very positive, actually. So the world is in your subconscious. You're about to go into another abundant cycle or another abundant chapter of your life. That's going to be it's going to be stable, and it's going to have a lot of kind of fortune in it. Okay, that I'm sensing with the subconscious. Is almost like I'm feeling your subconscious is feeling the energies that are coming in, that again you may not consciously be aware of it, but your subconscious is aware of it, and it's getting itself ready. Let's see what the future aspect of your scenario of understanding is. It may not necessarily be the future aspect of the time frame of this reading, but it's telling you this is where things are going. To see the future aspect or the end result per se of this reading, we'll go to this card over here, okay? But generally speaking, the future aspect of your vigilance is what this card is here. Yeah, look at that. The Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, you see, you are clearly someone who is setting up luxury and goals and manifesting great wealth and riches, and you have plans of action. A lot of people don't see, this is the Eight of Pentacles. A lot of people don't even see these plans you already have set, these systems already set in place, these goals that you already have established, and some of these goals that you're like waiting to also bring to market, as it were. And you're further working on new things, innovation, increasing yourself, okay? So the future will show that you are not going to rest too long, because some of you have been resting a bit too long. Like I said, complacency around here. You see the cobwebs and everything here. But I sense a lot of you, if not all of you, will get it, whereby, you know what? Dust those off, okay? Dust those pentacles off, get back to work, and advance yourself. See, he's going back to some pentacles, and he's advancing it. He's updating it, okay? He's making it better. And by that, he's also making himself better. Okay? This is setting up wealth and prosperity for the long term, especially. It's being vigilant in your activity, okay? And also in enjoying what you're doing. I'm sensing this, that you're enjoying the process of your work, of elevating yourself, of being quality, of being proven, how would I put this? Worthy of everything that's coming to you, okay? I sense that's very strong for a lot of you. You want to not only is gain the approval of the factors that surround you, but you want to approve in yourself that you brought yourself here, especially. Okay, it wasn't like a handout or a haphazard thing or something like that. You really did. You are really worthy of where you're at. Okay, that is what a lot of you want. You want that feeling of accomplishment, and you will get it. Okay, just continue to be vigilant. So, Taurus, let's see what's in your subconscious. Not subconscious, in your on your external world. Not external. This is your external world. What is in your conscious where everybody else sees? Okay, yeah, that's it. So if the Knight of Wands is what everybody does not see, let's see what everybody does see. What do you show on your face, your countenance, your day-to-days with everyone else? Wow, see, that makes perfect sense. The Ace of Swords. So you come across Taurus as someone of authority, someone who's very confident in their craft, because they don't know that you work diligently and hard at your work. You make it happen. Okay? You are seen in the public's eye as someone who can be counted on, someone who will fight the battles. You do not give up. You're very stern in your creativity and your craft. You are someone who is traveled through levels of battle and war, I'm sensing. And it doesn't have to be literal, but it's like you've gone through. Oh wait, yeah, look at that. Look, your foundation. Remember the 10 of Swords. You have gone through a lot, Taurus. Okay, you've gone through a lot. You have a lot of intellectual, especially experience, that also manifests into levels of wisdom to assess any given situation at any given time, depending on the situation, and have a direct, very clear, succinct plan of action towards victory. So you're seen as someone who is very confident, who can be gone to, someone who can go to, and expect a cohesive strategy to get things done. You exude a lot of confidence, and a lot of people look up to you. And this is also the universe acknowledging that in your space, in your movements, and the universe further assists you in this great energy that you put off, this very strong-willed, strong-minded energy to gain victory and accept nothing less but victory. Which makes perfect sense, because you said you're not going back to the drudgeries. You're not going back. So let's see, what are you surrounded by? What are like your co-workers, your families, your friends, stuff like that? What are you surrounded by? Okay, the Hierophant. So in the 15th to the 25th, moreover than not, you are going to be surrounded by a lot of, and it makes perfect sense because the Ace of Swords is also a very intellectual mindset, strategy and paperwork and what do you call it? Conversations, debates, and delegation and stuff like that. So you are surrounded by a lot of like almost like a rigid system per se that you're surrounded by, that has like go by the book almost type vibe. Okay, with some leverages here and there if you know how to somewhat manipulate the craft and the systems, not in a negative way, but it's being wise and clever in a positive way. Okay, to get things done. Okay, and what you're involved in requires such a keen mindset, a keen eye for detail, a shrewdness when it comes to reading over the fine print, as it were. Okay, and there are some of you may also be lawyers, I'm sensing, perhaps. Okay, some of you may be in contractual work of sorts, something that it could, it doesn't even have to be as those systems. It could just be someone who's even involved in creative dynamics. But when it comes to the day-to-day business accounting type dynamics, the contracts, the strategies, the placement, the schedules, there needs to be a certain sense of order You understand? And you're surrounded by a lot of that energy at this time. Perhaps you're doing the next final stages, which also makes sense because clearly you're finishing the establishment of a system. Okay, so right now you're doing possibly the final paperwork as it may relate, finally signing the lines and all the kind of good stuff. Okay, so that's the energies you're going through, and I'm sensing to further be aware of the fine prints. Okay, read it over carefully. Of course, everybody could get that. Okay, specific card. Yeah, because once you sign these things, Knight of Swords, things will be going quite fast. Okay, quite fast. Right now, the system is pacing itself, but once those final things are in place, things will be ramping up really fast. Okay, and it's crucial that you get those last minute things secure. Okay, like confident. So this card will show your hopes and your dreams. Sorry, no, your hopes and your fears. Your hopes and fears, Taurus. Let's see what's happening with the 15th to the 25th of March 2023. What's happening in your hopes and fears? Whoa, this is so awesome. So let's go with your fears first. The 10 of Cups. So your fear is literally the reflection of your foundation, of your vindication, of your drive. Look at this. The 10 of Swords, the 10 of Cups. Your fear is failing in having to go back to this, the 10 of Swords. You refuse to go back to a hardship type dynamic in your family life. Some of you refuse to go back to your parents. You refuse to go back to handouts. You refuse to go back to like hand-me-downs in certain respects. Not to say there's nothing bad with that, but some of you have qualms. You want your own things. You know what I mean? You refuse to ask for favors or loans and other things. You refuse to deal with the drudgery of trying to find the money to pay for the bills for your child's schooling or clothes or food or something like that. You refuse to go back to maybe the lights not staying on and having to try to find money to pay for bills and those, you know what I mean? You refuse to not have a place to stay for some of you, and you finally get a place to stay. You refuse to go back to homelessness, I sense, for a very few of you, okay? You refuse to have a livelihood or lifestyle that is not secure. That is your fear of failing, okay? But the 10 of Cups, your hopes and your dreams, is that you maintain and elevate what's happening here into a lifestyle that you've always envisioned for yourself, a lifestyle where you could share with your friends, your relatives, those who are close to you. I sense for some of you also, which is interesting, the first time I'm getting this with a lot of cups, I sense for a lot of you, Taurus, you want to entertain. You want to welcome a very positive atmosphere in your dwelling. And your dwelling, I sense, doesn't even have to be your place of residence, but you want to throw parties in certain respects in various venues. You want to express love and compassion and just enjoyment of life on a higher level that you've never actually had the opportunity to do before. You want to live. You want to have fun. That is your hopes and your aspirations. You want to live comfortably as well. I sense a lot of luxury, a lot of abundance, a lot of security when it comes to savings and investments and stuff like that. That's what you want. That's what you're aiming for. You want the land of milk and honey, as it were. Okay? Which again could basically be for almost everybody, but it's very strong with you right now. Okay, and let's see what the outcome is basically for the 15th to the 25th Taurus. Yeah, look at that. So the 6 of Cups. The outcome is something that brings you joy. It brings you a reminiscence of some time ago when you had such fulfillment, such a surety in your movement, in your judgment, and the people around you, everything flowing and working together. Your outcome of all this and your efforts is going to come through with a level of peace. That's what's coming through with the 6 of Cups. Peace of mind, peace of thought, peace of pathway, like you're going to be elevated to a sense of, okay, yes, this is where I'm supposed to be. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, and I'm moving where I need to be. You're going to have a level of peace, of accomplishment, okay? Very positive, very positive. I love it. You can't even put a price on peace, Taurus. I mean, all your work and all the conversations, to have that peace, that knowing that it's working, that finally life is working and you're moving forward, that forward feeling that you can't put a price on that. Congratulations with that. I'm so happy for a lot of you. Let's see what the angel message is. Yeah, look at this. All through this. This is the Queen of Cups. This is your angel message. This is you, I'm sensing. This is the whole impact, the whole reason behind all of this for you, Taurus. Okay? You want better in your life. I sense a forlorn look on this individual with the Queen of Cups. As she's holding her cup, she wants fulfillment. She wants peace. She wants joy. She wants happiness. She wants everything that is required, that she requires to feel good in her life and to move forward, and to trust that also one day, for some of you, love itself will also elevate these things. But for right now, she's more focused, I sense, on the foundation of her life. And even if some of you are in relationships right now, I sense for some of you, you may have not to say that you've went apart or anything, but you've just pulled back a bit on the passion and affection because you're so focused on this system happening. Okay, but once the system happening, because you yourself are also trying to elevate your relationship by becoming more, bringing more to the relationship. And in order to do that, in certain respects, you have to deal with a lot of the practical aspects of life as well first. Okay, so that's for some of you in certain relationships. But moreover, you are just wanting to get that joy in your life. You want to further fulfill yourself. Okay, Taurus, that is the whole process of this. And let's see what the clarification for the angel message is. Yeah, look at that, the Magician. The clarification is, you have it all in you. You can do it. You work magic, Taurus. You're very strong in your crafts. Okay, and you know how to balance things as well, to concentrate on what you need to concentrate on. You have the Pentacles, you have the Wands, you have the Cups, and you have the Sword. Okay, and a lot of those dynamics have been shown in here. Okay, and you know which one to use at any given time, and you also know when to combine things. Okay, you have everything you need to get this done, to get fulfilled, to move forward in your life, and it's clearly evident. Okay, Taurus. So Taurus, I really do hope that this message has helped you and encouraged you in many different ways. It is wow. Please remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and feel free to further support the channel by becoming a Patreon member at patreon.com/NaveenFerguson. The link is in the description box below. I wish you all the best. Bye.